Hello, this is Xbox Ahoy, and this is, it's an update video. It's also the bonus footage for Time to Kill, and also the Fad Weapon Guide Express before that. I've kind of lumped them together, as I used a bunch of the Fad clips for the first episode of Time to Kill. Other than that, there's a mixed bag of stuff which I recorded in order to illustrate damage in the first episode, and a whole bunch of USAS 12 clips. That seems to be the gun I was using the most. The week before Time to Kill, as I was ranking it up to level 29 for some ungodly reason. I actually like the USAS 12, it's possibly my favourite shotgun. I know the Striker is probably better, but no, I like the USAS 12. It's got it's nice range, and the fact that it's automatic, even if it's got a really slow fire rate, means it's alright, it's balanced in a sort of sense. Not with the assault rifles, but balanced as far as its traits are concerned. It's got decent range. Okay damage. And when you pair it with extended mags, it becomes actually not half bad. But you don't care about the USAS 12. Well, maybe you should, but no. I suppose I should probably clarify on what's been going on in the last few weeks. The removal of Weapon Guide Express, the first episode of Time to Kill, which I think that went rather well. I think most people liked that. Fairly good response to it. Obviously, there was kind of a gaping hole in my channel up to that point. So, Weapon Guide Express, what happened? Well, I made them, Activision took affront to them, and they were removed on my behalf by Machinima. And that's pretty much all of the story. The work was deemed too similar to the stuff I'd done for Elite, which is unfortunate. I mean, I approached the production as an entirely separate thing to the stuff I've done for Elite. Now, naturally, it's hard to sort of differentiate when you're talking about the same stuff, basically. I mean, if you're making recommendations for attachments, it makes sense if you've got any logic at all that you're going to be talking about similar perks, similar attachments, similar proficiencies, and, you know, similar uses of the weapons. So, it's unfortunate, and I'd love to do a per-weapon series for Xbox Ahoy. I mean, it's what my channel grew on, and it's not the only thing I'm capable of. Obviously, I think I've proven that with Behind the Lines and Time to Kill, both of which I plan to continue very soon. But yeah, it's unfortunate, and it's really it's a result of lack of communication, and I'm not sure on the contractual side. I'm not sure about the legal obligations. At no point did I agree to sort of sign away the right to do a per weapon video series. In fact, it was always my intent to do a weapon guide for YouTube as well as for Elite. But no, it just appears as though Activision don't really care for that. So, well, that's it. I mean, what can I do? I mean, ultimately, you do have to remember that Activision technically own the rights to every single COD gameplay footage on YouTube. If they were so inclined, they could remove pretty much any video that featured... Because, I mean, I didn't create Call of Duty, despite having my name in the credits. I didn't create it, I don't own the rights to the footage. It's the same with all games, in fact. Any gameplay footage, technically, from a copyright perspective, belongs to the publisher. Unless, of course, you know, they've specifically licensed or ceded the rights to the game in question. Because it's, I mean, the textures, the models, everything that boils down to the gameplay footage, it's a creative work of art by them. So yeah, people who make Machinima have always been on kind of a bit of a shaky ground when it comes to the legality of things. Now, normally it's not a problem. I think most game companies are flattered / happy to have people make videos about their game or with their game engine. It's free promotion, you know, and it's all part of the game culture. But, you know, if there are ever cases where they want to pull rank, then unfortunately it's entirely possible for them to do so. Nothing you can do about it, really, like I say. So, as for, you know, railing against it, and I mean, what can I do? I mean, I don't want to foul any relations with Activision. I've had I've had a good time working with them. And, you know, it was an honour to be sort of contracted to do these guides officially. Although, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the past 6 months or so when I've been working with Activision, it's been a strange time. I mean, obviously, it's been a great opportunity to work with Activision, but at the same time, I've been neglecting YouTube. Not neglecting it in the sort of forgetful sense, just in the sense that I've been too busy to do anything about it. In the last, like I say, I did a complete Black Ops Weapon Guide series, 42 episodes. I've also done a complete Modern Warfare 3 series now, 50 episodes. In addition to a whole bunch of different odds and ends, I did some voiceover work for a map guide series for Elite TV. So that's 16 episodes of that. Although that's obviously the fact that I don't have to write or produce those. That means that, you know, obviously I'm a little bit... it's less work. But, yeah, no, as far as actual production, I've produced, 92 videos for Activision. And, you know, these are not simple videos to produce. They... You know, there's a certain degree of editing involved. 92, well, even at one a day, that's 3 months. So I've been doing, I guess, the average of one every other day, which, considering I've been, you know, flown to LA for the best part of a month... Yeah, I've been busy, put it that way. In fact, just this night, I finished off the Elite work. I put the finishing touches to 6 Elite videos. Now, of course, I did a whole bunch of preparation beforehand, so it wasn't a case of, you know, 6 videos start to finish. It was the combination of maybe, you know, at least a day's work per episode. Maybe more than that, even. You know, the writing and... collecting footage and all the rest of that. It's, I don't know, maybe a day's work per episode, maybe slightly more than that, it depends. But yeah, being able to put those 6 together means that I've now completed all 50 episodes for the Modern Warfare 3 series, which means, barring revisions and other such stuff, I am now almost, I've finished the contract, which means... 1, I get paid, and 2, I don't have to make any more weapon guides. Which is nice. Oh, it's beautiful. It means I can actually do stuff I want to do. It means I'm no longer busy unless I make myself busy. It's been a hell of a ride, like I say. A long time working with Activision, but... well, for those of you with Elite Premium, of course, you do have the benefit of those videos. It is, to my regret, that not everybody has access, not everybody's prepared to pay for it. Which is, you know... It's a shame. I wish everybody could have access to these videos, but ultimately I don't own these videos, I can't distribute them. It's up to Activision to distribute them. I just, you know, produce them as work for hire. That's how it's done. But, you know, I do like YouTube, I do like producing stuff for YouTube, and I've tried to keep this channel, you know, as active as I was able to. So in between the Black Ops series and the Modern Warfare 3 series, before I went away, what did I do? I did the I did the FAMAS guide. That was kind of a farewell to the Black Ops series. At least, you know, in the format on my channel. And I also did Behind the Lines, which took me weeks to do, incidentally. So, yeah, and then after Behind the Lines, I think, looking at the timeline, when was that? Behind the Lines, 26th of August, that was. And I think I flew out to LA on, like, the 29th? Maybe? I think it was the 29th of August, or maybe the 30th. Anyway, yeah. See, Behind the Lines was right before I started on the Modern Warfare 3 stuff. So it's, apart from, you know, a brief intermission in the middle, it's really been non-stop. Until now, of course. Which, I suppose that begs the question, what now? So you finished your Activision work, Stu. You finished all the Elite Weapon Guides. You're effectively, you know, you're free. Kind of. I mean, there may be revisions and there may be, you know, odds and ends to sort out. But, for the most part, you know, you're free again. You can do precisely whatever you want. Well, what can you do? You don't have a job? No, that's right, I don't have a job. But I do have a YouTube channel. So, of course, what else is there to do but produce for YouTube? Full time. And that's precisely what I'm going to do. In fact, I'm going to start up regular production again for my YouTube channel. Not just, you know, because it's, you know, it's profitable. I mean, with partnerships and all, it's, you do make a, you know, a reasonable amount of money. It's definitely worthwhile. But, no, I enjoy making videos. That's why I do it. That's why I got into it. So, yeah, it's a rewarding thing. And also the direct reaction and interaction with fans you get on YouTube is like nothing else. It's one thing I certainly miss. So, within, you know, the confines of my work with Activision, I'll be producing stuff again. Now, hopefully, we'll see. Time to Kill. That's going to be my main output, I think, for Xbox Ahoy. As far as topics for Time to Kill, I'm going to cover a variety of stuff. Pretty much every aspect of the game that can be, covered in a satisfactory way will be covered in a satisfactory way. The next episode is going to be on optical attachments. There you go, there's a spoiler for you. There's a few things I can talk about. The effects of stuff like the thermal scope, the ACOG scope, so on and so forth. Because there's a few tricky parts, and stuff like the hybrid scope. Like stuff like magnification levels and effects on recoil. Just a breakdown of everything in a concise manner, rather. So that's the next one. Apart from that, what else is there? Well, stuff like penetration. I'm going to go into more detail on that. Recoil is a big, meaty episode. That's going to be tough to do. I want to save that until I know I can do it right. Because recoil is probably the most misunderstood mechanic in Call of Duty. Other than that, stuff like, other attachments, ones that aren't optical, as a complement to episode 2. And then just maybe like an episode on other aspects like shotguns. Shotguns are another misunderstood aspect. The effects of aiming down the sights versus hipfire, steady aim, and just those mechanics and how the damage works. Go into more detail there. So shotguns are another one. Maybe sniper rifles. In fact, I want to do an episode on quickscoping. I can see that being a very popular episode. Yeah, I want to break down quickscoping, without the normal BS that the your typical quickscoping video might have. I want to go sort of into the technical details, how it works, the precise mechanics, and how to do it. I can't say I'm not a well-practiced quickscoper myself. I might try and teach myself, because I do have an understanding of how the mechanic works. Quickscoping is just a stupid name for aiming as quickly as is possible, You bring up the scope and then you fire as soon as you have that pinpoint accuracy. That's all it is. There's nothing, there's no magic to it. Anyway, so that's Time to Kill. It's still early days for Time to Kill. I reckon it's going to be an interesting series, and it's a more easily brandable series as well. And I like the fact that the brand of Time to Kill persists between games. I could do Team Fortress 2, Time to Kill, and it would still be, Time to Kill. And then you become known not for doing, like, Black Ops weapon guides, you become known for doing a series called Time to Kill. It has a stronger identity, which I think, from a channel perspective, because I've got to think about stuff like that. I mean, I know I do everything wrong as far as promoting my channel's concerned. I don't care. I don't care. I like to make videos. As long as the videos are good, that's all I need to do. I don't need to remind you to like and subscribe, because it really helps me out. It's not my style. Never done it, never plan on doing it. I might do some cross-promotion or something if I start. Of course, I've got some other channels going, and I plan to get some momentum behind them as well. Now, I love Call of Duty, I do. I truly do, but I kind of have an urge to do other games. Not because, I'm getting tired of it, it's just because for the last 6 months I have non-stop been producing weapon guides, and there's Time to Kill. So, yeah, I want to do other games. That's the long and the short of it. So, some of you probably know about my other channel, Retro Ahoy, with a series called Game Over there, which is basically like it's kind of like per episode. One episode is based around one single game. And the basic rules of which games I cover is it has to be an old game, at least a decade old, and it has to be one that I played back in the day. I might drop that second rule as if I run out of games, or if there's a massive fan demand for a certain game. But no, I want to sort of relate my experience of like an older game and how it sort of, because the games I played back in the day I'll have a better understanding of, and I'll be able to sort of describe what effect they had on the games industry of the day, as well. So, as well as Time to Kill being a weekly series, I'm also planning on bringing back Game Over as a weekly series. Because I think that's got potential, and I like the fact, like I say, that it isn't Call of Duty, which makes it a nice break, it really does. So, yeah, that's it. That's kind of my immediate plan for the new year. Obviously, Christmas is coming up, so I'll be taking a bit of a break. I'll be going home for a couple of days, and I might relax, have some time off, and actually play some video games. But yeah, as soon as 2012 hits and as soon as I'm able, I'm going to start ramping up production of Time to Kill weekly. I'm also going to ramp up production of Game Over weekly. And I'll try and pick a day. I'll probably do... I know Sunday's my traditional upload day, so I'll probably do Time to Kill either on Saturday or Sunday. And Game Over, I don't know, I might do that a little earlier in the week, maybe on Thursdays. And then, yeah, try and do that for a few months or whenever or however long I can sustain it for. I'm not sure how long Time to Kill will run for, because eventually I'm going to run out of things to talk about. So I might take like a season break, and then when the next Call of Duty comes out, I'll start up Time to Kill again. But we'll see. I'll play it by ear, because I don't know. But Game Over, I can see sort of being a long-term thing, because there's no real, there's no seasons to it, so to speak. It's just game after game until I run out of games. So I'm hoping it's Game Over. I'm kind of hoping for it to become like almost a reference for gaming history. It'd be nice to sort of have like a whole bunch of games covered and to be able to cross-reference. So if you want to, if you see one game mentioned in a video, maybe there'll be another video on that game exclusively. You'll be able to click through, and this is kind of the dream. Obviously, I've got a few more games to cover before I've got anything resembling comprehensive cover, but yeah, we'll see. No, I've got some ideas for the concept. So those are my 2 weekly series. There's Time to Kill and there's Game Over. But I've also got a few other plans. Now, I mentioned Behind the Lines. I also mentioned that it was returning. In fact, I will be producing another episode of that pretty soon. In fact, I've acquired pretty much all the props that I needed. I won't spoil this one because I don't know. I like there to be a bit of a surprise. But yeah, you'll see. It's coming soon, and I've bought a whole bunch of props for it, and I've also bought a digital projector, so I'm going to try a few new effects, and maybe sort of, because there was some criticism of the last one that it was a little slow-paced for some of my audience, so I'm going to maybe try and incorporate a little more animation to the videography. So there's going to be more motion in this episode, and yeah, I'm going to try and improve on what I did last time, but still keep it at the same format. So it's going to be as precisely long as it needs to be, and yeah, it's all going to be. I want to make it much more visual. I think there was a bit too much reliance on paper documents in the first one, and I like the fake paper documents from the sort of, they are interesting in a sense, but to have the majority of the video comprised of them, I think maybe a little bit much. So next up, I'm going to mix it up a bit and have more sort of glorious detail of the props and the whole, the stuff that I've bought. Because I mean, I bought a whole bunch of stuff for the FAL, and some of it I didn't even use, which I thought it was a shame. So I'm going to make the set more varied, and I'm going to make use of digital projection in this one to incorporate both some movement and just to sort of alter what I can do. As far as future Behind the Lines, I reckon maybe I'm going to make 4 episodes a year. And I know that doesn't sound like much, but oh, you would not believe how much it costs to film this. Now, I do all right as far as, ad revenue is concerned, but you've got, I mean, I'm not going to divulge precisely how much I make, but, the first episode of Behind the Lines cost me somewhere in the region of 3,000 quid to make. Oh, yeah, I'm not joking. And admittedly, right, a lot of that was buying a new DSLR. I bought a Canon 7D, which cost me, what? How much did it cost me? I don't know, about 1,500 quid it was. Something, I don't know, I can't remember. I got a fairly good deal on it. How much did I pay? No, actually it wasn't, it was about 100, 1,100. But I bought a lens at the same time, and I spent 300, it was a Sigma 30mm 1.4 lens. Nice lens, really good for that narrow depth of field. Because you don't need sharpness when it comes to video. In fact, you need a sharp lens is almost a detriment to filming video on a DSLR. You get aliasing effects. So, no, I love the 30mm 1.4. It's perfect. It's about the right sort of. It's a nice prime lens, and it has beautiful, beautiful depth of field, and everything's kind of soft, which is nice in a sense. It actually works pretty well for video. So yeah, I mean, not only did I buy a camera with a lens, I also bought a slide rail for my tripod, which I already had. I've also, I've got a bunch of lenses already. I mean, I've been into photography for a while. So, okay, look, buying the 7D wasn't exclusively for behind the line, so I can't really count it as the budget, but I sort of do. But in addition to that, the props. I actually bought an FNFAL. It was a deactivated Indian-made 1A1 SLR, which I got fairly cheap, but deactivated guns are not inexpensive. How much? I think I paid 225 for it. That's Great British pounds, which, trust me, is a good price. Typically, a British-made FAL would probably retail for about $750 deactivated. They're a rip-off deactivated guns. Hugely expensive. They're really for collectors. But they do make great props. It is but my regret that I didn't make better use of it. I mean, there were some shots of it, but I think I'm going to go definite gun porn with this next episode. I've bought the gun in question. I've been thinking maybe I should buy a high-quality airsoft model. The trouble is that there's some restrictions on airsoft in the UK. Unbelievably. I can buy a real gun that's been deactivated, but I can't buy a realistic airsoft unless I'm a skirmisher. It's ridiculous. I think if you're a film company, you can purchase them, though. So I just need to find a retailer that's prepared to sell to me. So I'm thinking for some of the modern guns, like a Scar, for instance, a Scar L or a Scar H, there is no way I would find a deactivated one. And if I did find a deactivated Scar, it'd probably cost me somewhere in the region of 5,000 quid, if not more. But honestly, I've never seen one for sale. But they would be hugely expensive and just not worth it. But an airsoft one might cost me 200, 300 quid. Which is still expensive, it really is. But, yeah. Behind the Lines is never designed to be profitable. It's a loss maker, and the first episode especially so with purchasing of the camera equipment, the second episode less so. I might break even on this one. Maybe. Probably not, though. But yeah, Behind the Lines, I'm going to do a few of those, because I like doing them. And, yeah, proper gun porn and history porn as well. That's what I want it to be, and that's what it will be. So that's going to come probably January 2012. Like I say, after Christmas, I should have every single prop that I need. I've got a couple outstanding in the mail, and the Christmas post is terrible. So, Behind the Lines is coming. In addition to that, also on this channel, Ahoy Xbox, you can expect a mix of stuff. What I plan to do with this channel is I'll do the bonus footage for any sort of production that I do. I'll put the occasional commentary in here, but I want this to be kind of an oddball channel. Basically, if I want to experiment with a new format, if I want to try something new, I'll probably try it here first. So we'll see. I might even do something resembling a Let's Play, because I figure, if I'm going to play video games these days, I might as well record it and then, either put live commentary on top or something along those lines. So, as far as the miscellanea, the sort of the odds and ends, that will all go on this channel. So that's it. That's the end of the footage, unfortunately. So I'll call this rather long commentary to a halt. I think I've kind of addressed my sort of future plans there, so you know what I'm going to be doing. Next up, I'm going to do a Time to Kill before Christmas. Behind the Lines is going to come shortly after Christmas, and you can also expect Game Over and Retro Ahoy to start up at some point. Maybe before Christmas if I've got time, otherwise it's going to start early in January. And then from that point onwards, we're going to move to weekly videos, and everything's going to be gravy. So, thanks for watching, this has been Xbox Ahoy, and I hope to be back very soon with a whole bunch of videos. We'll see how it goes anyway. Alright then, farewell.